Hey gang, Professor Feeser here, and on today's episode, we're going to check out automating a Powermax with Ansible. The Powermax is a Dell EMC storage array. All the code I'm going to show you is available in a repository. I'll link down in the comments. Additionally, there is a few packages you need to install on the platform before you run the playbook that I'm going to show you at the end of this video. Maybe one day I will post a video on what that setup is. For now, just check the Dell EMC Powermax collection guide, and that will inform you of what you actually need to get started. All right, gang, without any more introduction, let's dive right in. Okay, so the playbook's already written. All we need to do is check it out. It's called Deprovisioning.YAML. So the first line of the playbook, we could probably update. We're not provisioning storage, we're deprovisioning storage. Host, local host, we can do better here. We should use an inventory, and that it makes it easier to grow should we want to automate a second, third, or fourth Powermax at the same time. When you say local host, you get away with that when you only have a single Powermax. But again, when it comes time for growing, should you ever need to, you're going to have to refactor some code. Connection local is fine. Gather facts no is fine. We can learn about the Powermax, but not using the built-in gather facts technique. It's not designed for Powermaxes. The Vars files I have there, a lot of this information could be placed into an inventory file. We could make host variables out of this information that's being treated more at a global level. Their Powermax username, Powermax password. In production, we'd want to put these in some sort of credential vault. We wouldn't want them to be in clear text files like that. The unique connection information, things like serial number, things like the version, things like verify cert, that could all be passed per instance per host. The collections keyword could be eliminated. That's actually out of best practice. It's fallen out of style at this point. That puts the entire Dell EMC Powermax namespace into this solution, and we don't want that. Variables look like they're all mapped to string except input, which is mapped to a series of variables. It's a dictionary that's mapped to a series of keys and values, where all those values are strings. You may have not seen ampersand uni underscore connection underscore vars, that style, before. That's actually a YAML technique. It's not Ansible, it's YAML. And what it's doing is saving everything under it in that recallable variable. To recall that information, you can do with 2 chicken lips, a colon, and then an asterisk followed by the name of it's called an anchor that you want to recall. But that's, again, at a YAML level, not necessarily at a Ansible level. And the reason they're doing that is they need to pass in that connection information on every Dell EMC task. All right, so our tasks are down in the task section. Each task is separated by a hyphen. That's how we can tell them apart. So there's one actually making masking views absent. Then we pause. That's for dramatic effect. You don't do that in production. Then there's one removing host groups, port groups. Again, at the very end of the solution, we're pausing. Now, how do we know that we're removing it? Well, look at if Dell EMC Powermax masking view, and Dell EMC Powermax storage group, and Dell EMC Powermax host group, and Dell EMC Powermax port group, if they are all Python scripts, the indented information under them are all flags. It's telling the script how to run. And if you see, the flag state is set to absent every time. Now, one interesting thing about Ansible does not know what order to run Python scripts. That's the point of putting this playbook together. Those hyphens are actually providing an order by which the solution runs. An SME has to know that. An SME has to, assemble that step order. So don't think that just because you know Ansible, you can suddenly pump out a lot of solutions. Many times you can, but you'll still need to know some particulars of the platform. Um, in this case, that a masking view needs removed before, say, a port group could be removed. We'll go ahead and continue on our journey here, where next we're actually going to run this solution. Now, when an Ansible solution runs, we call that a playbook. And the playbook is going to turn different colors. Green means I didn't have to do that. Yellow means I actually made a change. And what's interesting about that is it means we can run Ansible solutions multiple times in a row. It's actually written so that you can do that's called an idempotent. It's written in an idempotent manner. It's repeatable. And if we get all greens back, we could infer from that, oh, okay, we're actually in compliance. If we do get a bunch of yellow back, like we did actually in this example, it tells us that Ansible actually did some work. We were out of compliance. However, running this solution a second time, we would expect all greens to appear. Wow, that was awesome. Gang, I am a trainer and educator. If you need some help with Ansible, should it be connecting to a Dell EMC platform like PowerMax or anything else, go ahead and give me a shout. I'd love to work with you as a consultant or in the classroom. Gang, if you like this video, go ahead and hit like, go ahead and hit subscribe. I'll see you in the next episode of Code with Feeser.